Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? I am here with Ben Collina, who got a top cut at PPT Philly. Ben, how you doing tonight? And how did you end up finishing overall the event?
I'm doing good tonight. I ended up losing out in top 16. I don't remember the player's name, but I lost to Blue Yellow Janumba. It's kind of like a 70-30 chance I'm going to win the matchup. It's extremely hard for me to get over it.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough matchup because you can't put a lot of pressure on them until like turn 6, and they actually do have some pretty good answers to Kaioken, but nonetheless, great finish overall. What made you want to play Frieza Prison in the first place?
I was playing the OG version because I just liked how it locked my opponent out, and I used to play Magic, and I was just naturally a control player, and I kind of felt that Red was just the more powerful option than going Blue-Yellow, so because I was expecting a lot of U6 there, so I figured I could just mitigate their board state and then just do whatever I want on my turn, pretty much.
It's kind of funny. The common thing I hear from people that play Prison is, "Oh, I used to play Magic, so I wanted to play this deck," and that's just a funny little theme. But we'll go through the deck profile and we'll talk through it. So for extra card lineup, we have Kappa's Awakening, Paralysis Technique, Final Guardian, 4 Is It All You Got, and 4 Afterimage. So the ratios I'm pretty curious about right now are the Final Guardian and Is It All You Got. How did Final Guardian perform for you throughout the weekend?
I typically charge it as energy, but the one time I did use it, it actually ended up helping me beat my Shenjita player because I was able to negate his last attack out of the graveyard.
Yeah,
and is that all you've got? Oh, and then is that all you've got? Help me kind of like get those pesky 15Ks off board that Toa likes to put on the board.
Yeah, definitely. Is It All You Got is definitely really good against that. Good against U6, answering time regulator Vegeta. And then, yeah, the one Final Guardian, that's like the best application. So it's good that that came up. Just curious, how did you get Final Guardian to the drop area in order to be live for Shenron Gogeta? Because I feel like that's one of the hard parts.
So what I did is, on the turn beforehand, he had the 25K double strike, and I negated it with the attack. And then the turn after that, he went into the Gogeta after that turn. So he kind of forgot about it in my drop area because I did a lot of other negating the rest of the turn.
Gotcha. Okay, so then the 4 Afterimage Standard, the 2 M2. Now this is a card I see not in all Frieza Prison builds. Again, like, how did this card perform for you? I'm sure it did really well against like U6 and things like that.
Actually, I kept game 1. I was playing a Toa player, and he played that Kai blocker, so I was able to play it out and just kind of negate the blocker. Then I ended up deciding it out game 2 because that's what I typically do. I found it wasn't performing, so I might just throw it in the sideboard and switch it out for something better out of my sideboard and throw it into the main board. Yeah,
that seems solid. It seems like a solid sideboard, but also seems good to answer those blockers because the one thing that Kaioken can sometimes struggle with is definitely blockers, so I can definitely see that. For Denial of Hope. So this card, Denial of Hope, I feel like is really going to shape the game as we go forward. Like, this card just hits so many strong cards. Like, it hits 5 drops, it hits 6 drops. Like, that's just something that blue and green and yellow can't really hit for the most part. So how did Denial of Hope do for you all weekend? How do you feel about the card?
I think the card is kind of, I don't want to say like overpowered, but I know it's very versatile. I love the card. It helps against your AOD matchup so much because you just wait for the go into the super rare, then I think it's counter window 2 now when they activate the effect, and then all of their stuff just goes to the drop area, or they can choose to play 0 effectively, just wasting their turn.
Yeah, Denial of Hope is so insane. Like, I think it's definitely like the #1 reason to play this deck in my opinion. Then we have Live to Fight Another Day, Chain Attack Trunks, and then for our kind of Frieza Servant lineup, if you want to call it that, 4 Loyal Kikono, and then 4 Quick Shift Berry Blue. So how did you come to these ratios? Why aren't you playing the other Kikono or the other Berry Blue?
I found that the other Berry Blue, I kind of was just charging it a lot, and I wanted the consistency of the Quick Shift because I found that Kaioken's kind of slip into your life a lot, so I figured, I know it's a -1, but I need them back into my life, and I need to just swap them out real quick because I can't have these dead cards in my hand.
Definitely makes sense. And then Kikono, Loyal Kikono, I think is like another one of the really good cards in the deck. Did you ever consider playing the Fledgling Kikono?
I actually haven't read the Fledgling Kikono because I didn't know what he does. But the other Kikono just helped me recycle all my Kappa's Awakenings against my Janumba matchup, so I kind of just make sure he never hit me.
Yeah, that's definitely super important. And then we have the Babidi lineup. We have the 3 Deborahs, the 4 Babidis, the 4 Kaokens, and the 1 Frieza Secret Rare. So what made you want to go with this Babidi lineup? did you ever consider any other Bobbity bombs?
I was considering kind of doing like a hand control variant using Foreseeing and the other Deborah, but I felt like that might have been a little too slow for the deck because a lot of these new decks coming around, like U6 and Shenron Veggies, kind of want to try to aggro me down, so I need to be just as aggressive when I'm actually able to play these bombs.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think Umblebraid Deborah, like, at first I wasn't sold on it, but honestly, it does seem like it puts a lot of pressure on. I think it's actually a really solid bomb pick off of Mind Control Bobbity. But we'll go over to the sideboard. So you've got 3 Foreseeing hit. So what did this come in against?
This came in against Shenjita, and I think I put him in against Janumba, but I didn't see it a lot. Yeah, it helped me just kind of like rip cards out of their hands, so that kind of delayed the turn for me to be able to do what I need to do.
Yeah, definitely 2 solid matchups. Against Gogeta, you just rip their combo pieces apart, and then against Janemba, you can just rip their pseudo combos out, and then you can just like bully them for damage. So that's pretty solid. And then the Nappa, I would imagine, is also very good against Janemba. But was there anything else you put this in against?
I actually played it against the mirror match, and I'm at round 7. Somebody was playing the new Red Broly crit leader, and I kind of just like never attacked him, and then we kind of got to a back and forth a couple of times, and I just ended up playing 2 off my Bobbity to burn him per game.
Oh wow, that's pretty funny. Yeah, hitting this off Bobbity is actually really insane. Like double burn damage that you can't do anything about. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, if like he had more life, he has crit on top of that, so it just adds more pressure and denial.
Yeah, it's pretty big. This might be one of the best ISRs out of the set. This might be the best ISR because it seems like it's the most playable so far, but that's a debate for another video maybe. The next one, Final Showdown Frieza. So pretty interesting. This is not in your main deck. How come you didn't decide to main deck it, and what did you want to bring it in against?
I typically wanted to bring this in against like longer matchups, so the mirror match, Shenjita, or possibly if like I could survive maybe a bigger board that I need a board wipe. I didn't put it in the main board because I felt that the Bobbity like chain attack package was more prevalent at the time, but I did side it in and out for certain matchups.
Gotcha. And then 3 Zeno. So obviously you play chain attack in the main deck. What matchups did you feel like you needed a complete board reset that you couldn't just like win with Bobbity?
Oh, I needed it against my Janumba matchup because I can't abuse my leader on my front side or else it just helps their win con. So I have to stare down like my 6 card hand against their 12 card hand, and then we just reset real quick.
That makes sense. Yeah, you don't want to be thinning your deck too much. They're gonna try their best not to awaken you, so you can't really threaten them. But yeah, the Zeno and the Gemma matchup definitely seems like it can help. And then you also sideboarded the OG like Frieza control package, 3 of the Frieza the Finisher and 2 of the Indomitable Emperor. What did you want to bring this in against specifically?
I actually needed to bring this stuff in against the mirror match because if I win the die roll, I can play it first, and then I just watch them do nothing for the rest of the game until they try to bring out their secret rare on me because that's the only way to get around it.
Yeah, it's pretty solid actually. So yeah, if you bring this in against the mirror match, you can drop this ideally on turn 5, and then they can't really play Bobbity, right? That's the idea, right?
Yeah, that's the exact idea.
That's pretty cool actually. That's a really cool idea that I actually haven't seen from a Frieza Prison list. So overall, any changes you would make to the deck list?
Actually, what I was thinking about doing was playing the Final Showdown Frieza over the M2s and then just kind of switch between the 2 as I need it. And then I was going to possibly try to bump Final Guardian up and drop Live to Fight another day down to 3 because I noticed like at 4 I was seeing it consistently, yes, but I felt sometimes I didn't need it and I'd rather had another negate.
That's fair. I have seen a lot of lists actually that play 3 Live to Fight another day. Another problem that people have told me about Frieza Prison is like the lack of combo power, and you do have a lot of 10Ks in the deck. Actually, it looks like your only 5K is Chain Attack, and then you have Umbleblade Deborah, and then Kaba is kind of like a free 5K, free 10K. So was combo power ever like an issue in the deck?
I typically play the deck very passively until the turn I try to kill you, so I mean, there was only maybe once or twice during the day where the combo power thing was a bad matchup. But if I did that, I kind of sided into the other Frieza's 5K combos on my sideboard to counter that a little bit.
Gotcha. Well, Ben, that's pretty much going to wrap up the entire deck. Any comments you want to make about the event or any shout outs you want to give?
The event was very well ran. PPG was a clean event. The judging staff was awesome. There was no problems with anybody. And I want to shout out my teammates that went with me. We took third in the team event the next day, so that was pretty awesome. And anybody else that I saw and talked to at the event.
Awesome, man. Ben, thank you so much, man. Congratulations again, and we will see you guys next time.
All right, thank you for having me on.